All right, so turn to page 81. 81 in your student companions. 81. I know it's been a while since we've used the companions. Believe me, it was for the better. Unless you guys want me to go over topic 3 using this book instead. Yeah, I didn't think you did. Especially given the fact that what I've been grading has been pretty decent. So, for the tests. That just proves to me that what I did was not ideal, but better. That was not that bad. I think, honestly, yeah. I'm sorry. It is the same throughout, I promise you. Math, they call math the universal language because of that. So it's called the pentagon in a lot of languages. All right. So you guys are on page 81. We're not gonna do page 81, but we are going to add some things that might be helpful for you guys on page 81. If you run out of space, you could use example 1 on page 82 as well. But it says isosceles and equilateral triangles. So you're going to apply theorems about isosceles and equilateral triangles to solve problems. This is the first thing you're going to want to write down regarding isosceles triangles. All right, an isosceles triangle is a triangle that has at least 2 congruent sides. These are the pieces of an isosceles triangle. Okay, so draw a triangle, draw the legs. Okay, the legs end up being congruent. This is your base side. This is your vertex angle. And these are each base angles. The other thing you could also put in here is that base angles are also congruent. Is anybody still writing this down? All right. Anybody still writing? Going once, going twice. All right. Shh, guys, come on now. All right. So example 1, we are not doing. I do not like it. We're moving on to example 2. All right. The isosceles triangle theorem, you're going to want to put this in example 1. If 2 sides of a triangle are congruent, then the angles opposite those sides are congruent. So it would look something like this as an if-then statement. If AB is congruent to BC, then angle ACB is congruent to BAC. So they're saying, hey, if you have the 2 sides, then this angle and this angle end up being congruent. That is by the isosceles triangle theorem. So one thing you're going to want to add is that this proves angles only. You think that's important? Yeah. And it kind of goes the opposite way than the converses. Remember when we were proving parallel lines? Converse proved parallel lines. Oh, no, wait, it doesn't go opposite. Never mind. And the actual theorem proved angles. This actual theorem proves the angles. And then the converse is going to prove the sides. I'm giving you a minute to write this down. Again, you want to add this to either number 1 on page 82 or 81. Okay? All right, anybody still copying this down? All righty. Keep it rolling. All right, here's the next one, the isosceles triangle theorem converse. So in this case, if two angles of a triangle are congruent, then the sides opposite those angles are congruent. I'd write it down then. Converse. So FYI, we are back to proofwriting. Where do I have it on here? Wednesday. We get back to it. Hippity hoppity, proofs are on their way.
I'm not surprised.
All right, show of hands. Who's still writing this down? All righty. All right, let's move on. All right, so go to page 82 in your workbook. We're going to look at triad example 2. Okay, so it says, what is the value of x? All right, so here's what we need to kind of fill in. If we look right here, if this is, we have the two sides. So by the isosceles triangle theorem, this is 28. That makes this also 28 degrees. All right. Now, what do we know about triangles in general? Yeah. They add up to 180 by the triangle sum theorem. So this is going to be 28 plus 28 plus 5x plus 9 equals 180. Why don't you guys solve for that and tell me, what does x equal?
Then why you still have 180? What's 180 minus 56 minus 9? Why are you getting your phone? What is? Do we need to call Sister Mira in here? No.
All right, what did we get for x? Who could tell me? Go ahead. 23, very good. Work on the next one on your own.
Oh, I figured this out. 4 negative plus 9 equals 8x. 4x. 4x.
Oh, good.
It's a line and a line.
Yeah. It's gonna stop. This is not like. It's not like. This is
So what? 12 equals 12x? I would say x equals 1. Wait, no, because x equals 1. Wait, negative. Oh, it's positive. X equals 1. We know. We know x equals 1.
Okay. So, show of hands. Who's still working on B? What does x end up equaling here? 1. Uno. Jeden. All right. Does anybody need to see this one? As to why it's 1? No? Okay. Just remember this is equal to that. All right. Let's clear the screen. All right. So look at part 3. It says, use the figure shown. What is the value of x? What are the lengths of the 3 sides of the triangle? To solve for x, you are going to have to do 8x minus 1 equals 4x plus 5, because using the converse of the isosceles triangle theorem, those sides end up being equal because the 2 angles are congruent. Solve for x, and then solve for the 3 sides. I'll give you a moment. Yeah. You're gonna be using it, yeah. So the new ones for today, you're gonna be using in your proofs. The ones from topic 1, topic 2, you're gonna be using in your proofs. And the new ones we're gonna learn starting Wednesday, you're gonna use in your proofs too. Yeah, it's everything. That's why I have a foldable for you guys for this stuff. You don't have to memorize as much, but you can reference it at least.
4x. 4x equals 6. I got 1.5 too. Yeah, because you did 4 divided by 6, right? Yeah, or 6 divided by 6.
Okay. So what is x? I just heard it. 1.5. It is 1.5. Decimals are okay. 3 over 2. All right, now that you know x, find 1, 2, and 3. Sides, the 3 sides.
You guys had me thinking I was wrong. No, I lost it. Wow. Me and Samara were going crazy. Oh, that's Reed Roberts' brother. Yeah, that's Bryce Roberts.
One side is 11, one side is 14.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one.
Every time I go crazy every time. Yeah, I want you to. That was a good one. Oh, I Hi.
Show of hands. Who's still working on this? All right, who can give me the 3 sides? God, Cassie, I haven't heard from you yet. 11 and 14. So 11, 11, 14. Very good. Questions on this? Okie dokie. All right, so here's the next one you're going to want to write down. You can add it to page 81 or 82, wherever you start writing that stuff, okay? But this is theorem 4.2. If a line or line segment by the vertex angle of an isosceles triangle, then it is also perpendicular bisector of the opposite side. So what they're saying here is if you have this isosceles triangle and you have that the measure of ABD equals the measure of CBD, then BD and AC end up being perpendicular, and then AD and DC end up being congruent. Okay.
Honestly, you had me at, I think so. Yeah.
Is he gonna kill us for schools?
Mother said no condition. She said no because I'm acting. No, study.
Sure.
Oh, snap.
Snap is right. Yeah. You guys are I'm gonna tell you right now, you guys are like super lucky. Like my whole family got food poisoning yesterday. You have no idea. We all went to McDonald's for lunch and we all got food poisoning. We think it was the French fries. Something was up because we all got something different. And we all had French fries and we all got sick. Yeah, it was bad. And they like didn't even know our order, so I know something was wrong. Something was up. Huh? Yeah, totally. But it hit me like first, so it kind of went through my system very quickly. Plus, I'm on a bunch of medications that are already causing stomach irritation, so nobody really knew. And then my husband, like he was vomiting in the car on the way home, like it was bad. And then it hit my son like a few hours later. So my husband and son are home. I'm feeling okay. Like it wasn't like bad food poisoning, but it was just enough to like knock us out for a little bit. But my husband was like as white as the walls. I'm like, can you breathe? He's like, no. And I'm like, what do I need to do here? Oh my God.
Like put everything up, like combed it up.
Yeah.
Had like a triangle head.
But you guys understand where I'm coming from right now, right? Like,
I'm not getting upset.
All right. Whoops. Oh, look at that. That was not supposed to happen, but okay. All right. Shh. Head to try it number 4, please. So it says use the figure. I'll give you PR after you figure it out. But what is M? What is the measure of RSQ? So here's R to S to Q. So they're asking, what is that measure? No, how that didn't happen.
Never trust the picture again. Just because it looks like a right angle doesn't mean.
That's right. That's right. Smart man right there. Smart man.
You don't know. Does it have a little square thing on it? Yeah, no. I'm just yelling at him. I might go back today.
I just have to find you.
I'll go. It's right. I'm not kidding. That'd be a good. I can't find your question.
Oh, I go trick or treat. I was scared of myself. Honestly, I just want. I don't think I just like think I'll just use.
All right, who's got that ankle measure? Go ahead.
59.
59. Very good. And then it says, what is PR? PR is just adding 4 and 4 together, giving you 8. All right, so because if this is perpendicular, which it should be, okay, these end up being congruent, so you get the entire length by adding 4 twice. Questions on that? Yes, you have questions? All right. Whoops. Let's go back. All right, so equilateral triangle. Again, you're going to want to add this stuff in. It's a triangle that has congruent sides. That is the formal definition.
Well, let me see. He does have nice just like the one that rare, bright red. You know the fat rare picture. You know the one. Little rare. Little baby child rare. You know the one. Yeah, the one that was Santa Claus sat in his lap. He's right. That's all there.
All right, is anybody still copying this down? All right, here's the next one. Here's two other theorems and the new theorem and a converse. So the equilateral triangle theorem and its converse. If a triangle is equilateral, then it is equiangular. If a triangle is equiangular, then it is equilateral. So this is the theorem. This is the converse. So many converses.
I'm not getting on Roblox for all that I played was Undertale Marshall. Remember that game? That was so fun.
Is there proof on the final?
Yeah. Well, probably like, what step is this? The final is multiple choice.
There's not a single.
It could be like a proof where they're like, hey, what's step 1? What's step 2? What's step 3?
Like it'll always be like options. Like it's never
Yeah. Or it could. There is also the possibility because this happened last year. Select all that apply. Where it could be like, does this step work and then this step? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It all depends on. I don't know. I haven't seen the final for this one yet.
It's so pay to win.
Is anybody still copying this down? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so you're always gonna win. If you pull up in the Roblox outfit, you're gonna win. Remember when Marcus used to be obsessed with Royal High? We were at a sleepover in my basement and Marcus.
Alrighty. All right. So if the measure of CBD equals 130, what is the measure of BAD? So there's a few things you need to identify here. So first off, they're saying that this whole angle is 130 degrees. Now, if we take a look at this, we see that we have an equilateral triangle and an isosceles triangle. Equilateral triangles, all the angles are equal to what? they're all equal, so they all have to equal what? 60. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, so we're on example 6. The first thing you're going to want to do is find the measure of ABD. And that could be done by stating, okay, so I'm going to take 60 plus the measure of ABD, okay, equals 130 degrees. Subtract the 60 from each side. This leaves me with the measure of angle ABD is, what did I get? I get like 70.
Wait. So if one line equals 60,
There we go. So that's telling me that this angle right here is 70 degrees. Just that part. Now they want us to find, well, it looks like BAD, so they want us to find this guy right here. We know that this guy and this guy are going to be congruent because it's an isosceles triangle. So all I have to do to find then you have to find the measure of BAD. And all you'd have to do here is 180 minus 70, leaving you with 110. And then divide that by 2, leaving you with a total of 55 degrees. So our final answer is that the measure of angle BAD is equal to 55 degrees. How are we doing? Any questions on that? All right, let's take a look at the next example. All right, so it says, what is the measure of angle U? So this is what they're trying to have us find. So here's the thing. We do not have any equilateral triangles here, guys. We only have 2 isosceles triangles. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find this angle right here. And this is 72, and I have an isosceles triangle here. So I'm going to take the measure of angle S plus the measure of angle STV plus the measure of angle SVT is equal to 180, okay? But remember, these two are congruent. So your best bet is just to take the 180 minus 72, which gives us what? 108. And then divide that by 2, giving us what? 54. So that takes care of the first angle right here, which is 54 degrees. Now, I need to still find angle U, so now I'm focusing in on this triangle. But how I need to find this angle. How am I going to do that? Yeah, these are a linear pair, right? So I'm going to have 180 minus 54, giving me again this angle, okay? Which gives me what? What'd you get? 126. Okay. What? Me? Oh. All right. Now I have 126. I'm going to take 180. Subtract 126 from that. So I'm sorry, I should write that down. This gives me 126. I'll get a different color for this. Okay. So now I can find this angle, but I know it's going to be congruent with this angle. So I'm going to take 180 minus 126. What does that leave me with? 54. But I got to divide it by 2, which gives me 27. So the measure of angle U is equal to 27 degrees. Try it 6 on your own. Try it 6 on your own. Page 85.
Come on, Gavatron. Do better.
Because I recharged on the weekend on Friday.
Dude, Bradley, what's up here? Who are you batting today? No, I don't. And then 180 minus 6 is 120. So that's
So then this is 60 and this is 90. This angle 60. So it was 120. Because it equals 8.
No, actually,
Oh, and then
crazy guys. I don't know why we
60 divided by 6.
Yes, I don't know why we're doing that. No, I'm just. I don't know why we never do it.
Yeah, so wait, I thought. So this corner, that's 120. And that's 120 plus 30 plus 30.
No, I decided to do some random things.
Like, because these, they're equal, and 60 plus 120 is 180. But you, so then you divide by 2, so 30 plus 30 plus 120 is 180. Like, if they're both the same angle. So this is 120. And then what number do you need 180? And then since there's two angles and they're both equal, 60 divided by 2 is 30. So then it's 120, 30. Yeah.
I know less about lights.
Okay, you know, I can't really explain it any other way.
Do it.
All right, show of hands. Who's still working on this? All right, let's talk about it. All right, so we have an equilateral triangle here. So I know that this is 60, this is 60, and this is 60. To find this angle PNO, I would take 180 minus 60, which leaves me with 120. So PNO equals 180 minus 60, which is 120 degrees. Now they want us to find NOP, so they want this angle right here. Now this triangle is isosceles, and we know these two will be congruent. So this is going to be 180. Wow, that did not look like an arrow, does it? There we go. 180 minus 120, all divided by 2, which should leave you with a total of 30 degrees. It's 120. It's a 2.
I know that. Dude, why don't you just do 660 and then make it 2 angles? 2 angles are equal. I get it. So divide 1 angle divided by 2. No, I know that. But why wouldn't you make it like 120 plus 30?
Questions on this?
What if it's like 67? But it always adds up to 180. So why don't you do it that way?
Anybody still looking at this?
Yeah, this is confusing. I don't understand.
All right.
No.
I want you guys to work on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on page 86. We're going to work on this quietly and independently, gentlemen. Gentlemen.
Okay. Wait, when did you get it? Did you get it? 55.5. I can't do it. It's It's 3 angles plus X. You do 180 minus 71. Where did you pull that?
Show of hands who's still working on these. Was it 5?
How do you know?
Anybody?
When not?
All right, let's talk about it.
How do you know it's 90?
All right, so number 6. Who's got number 6 for me? Should have had 2 angle measures. What are they? Should have been. Cassie, go ahead. 69 and what? I didn't get 52. I got 42. And 40. Okay. How about 7? 7. Go ahead.
51.5 and then 77.
Yeah, so both are 51.5, the 2 missing ones. And then you have the 77. Very good. All right, number 8. Number 8. Who's got number 8? Somebody. Anybody. Evan, what's number 8?
Um, 49 to 35.
Yeah, 49, 35. Very good. So you should have gotten x is equal to 9. Then you have 49 for GH and 35 for GJ. How about 9? Gavin, go ahead. Number 9.
I got 20 and 26.
Very good. LM 26, KM 20, Y was 9. Number 10. Patrick, why don't you give me that one? Yeah. You got 18? I got 19.
Oh no, not
It is 19? Okay. Yeah, the measure of ABD is 19. What questions do we have? Yes. Number 6? Sure. All right. Shh. Let's take a look at number 6. Okay, so since this is an isosceles triangle, I know it's isosceles because I have these two congruent sides. This angle has got to be 69 also. Okay. Now, to find the measure of angle A, I would take 180 minus just 2 times 69, which should leave you with 42 in the end. Does that make sense? Any other questions? Yes. 9? Sure. All right. So number 9. So if we take a look here, we know we have these two angles are congruent. Since the base angles are congruent, that means these two sides, these legs are also congruent. So we're going to set this up as 2y plus 8 equals 26. I subtract the 8 from each side. This leaves me with 2y equals 18. I divide that by 2, so I get y is equal to 9. Shh, guys, I'm explaining some stuff. So while I'm talking, please listen. All right, so y is equal to 9. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to substitute it in. So this will be 3 times 9 minus 7. Whoops, sorry, did not mean to do that. And then this will be 2 times 3 plus 8. And that should give you your angle measure, or your side measures, I mean. Does that make sense, Izzy? Anything else? Anybody have anything else you'd like me to go over? We're good? All right, guys. Homework is on Savas, blah, blah, blah. It's the same problems, pretty much as the book. So any questions, let me know. Tomorrow, if you guys have scissors or anything to bring, because we're going to do another foldable, I'd appreciate it because I only have a certain number of scissors. And my husband is very upset that I still have him here at school. He's been needing them back. I don't know why. But if you have scissors, please bring them tomorrow. If not, that's okay. I'll have a few pairs, okay? So, but we're doing our next foldable tomorrow. It's going to be very helpful for you guys for the next lesson. Those of you watching at home, have a great day.